Welcome to day 220 on Daily Dose of Hope, and we've been on the subject understanding spiritual warfare. We have highlighted the weapons of our warfare. They are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Our weapons aren't carnal, but yet they are mighty. We've also established that our enemy isn't physical human beings. Our enemies are spiritual entities, camouflaged sometimes through individuals. So we must move on to say, a lot of believers believe every time we mention the subject of spiritual warfare, we are talking about engaging in warfare prayers. We must know that when Timothy was being admonished on the subject of spiritual warfare, Paul said, fight the good fight of faith. Nothing was mentioned about prayers. Nothing was mentioned about warfare prayers. Warfare is more than prayers. Sometimes the warfare you need to fight is to break the habit that is breaking the edge and giving the enemy an inroad into your life. Some people don't understand that our victory in warfare is 90% consecration, 10% prayers. Our victory in warfare sometimes could be 80% consecration, 10% faith, 10% prayers. It's not always about prayers, but what we do on this side of the world is to engage in 90% of prayer and observe 10% of consecration. So it looks as though our prayers are effortless and our victory is not sure. Believers must understand that living right is warfare. Sometimes silence is warfare. Sometimes not replying people is warfare. Resisting and overcoming temptation is the key to you prevailing in the school of the Spirit. Warfare is not just about prayers. Warfare is about being in alignment with God. So when we are in obedience and in perfect alignment with the Word of God, our victory is already 95% concluded. So with simple prayers and simple declarations, we glide in victory because we have remained in active alignment. But the moment a believer is toying with sin and not putting the things of God as priority, it comes out of protection, it comes out of covering, it comes out of consecration. A lot of times we don't observe these simple ground rules of spiritual consecration and discipline, and that exposes us to dangerous vulnerabilities in the school of spiritual warfare. Warfare is more than prayers. There are other things to observe to make us triumphant in spiritual warfare. May God give us understanding in Jesus.